Hi there and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about interest rates because they've been in the news lately and I thought why not explain them. So what are interest rates? It's a good question, glad you asked. I hate myself. So they are the proportion of a loan that the borrower needs to pay just to hold that loan. So if I borrowed £1,000 and had a 5% interest, I'd have to pay £50 every year just to hold the loan. So the percentage is usually an annual percentage. Now, the other thing that people often don't really realise is that this also applies to all the money you have in bank accounts, because any money that you put in a bank account is effectively you lending money to the bank. You're giving the bank money, the bank is agreeing to hold that money, and they'll give you some kind of an interest rate in return for them holding your money. So at the minute, there have been letters going around saying that banks are reducing interest rates, so now they're like 0.01% or something. So the fall in interest rates that's been in the news lately has caused that. So that's kind of what interest rates are. So if they're going down, it means that your interest in your bank account is going to be lower. So you're going to be getting less money on your savings. And it also means that if you want to borrow money from the bank, they're going to be also charging you a lower interest rate for you to take out a loan. So I don't know what it is, but it'll be lower than it was before. So this kind of encourages things like mortgages. You get cheaper interest rates on your mortgage. Credit card payments might be lower. Car loans might be cheaper, things like that. And when an interest rate goes up, then you get more money on your savings in your savings account. And you have to pay a higher interest rate on any loans that you take out. Makes sense. So that's kind of interest rates, and I hope that gives you a brief overview of what they are and what happens when they go up or down. So let's talk about who controls them and why. So really it's the central bank that controls interest rates. So in England, the central bank is the Bank of England. Actually, that's for the whole of the UK, not just England. So they control interest rates. And they kind of work with the government to control it. So if they lower interest rates, what that does is it encourages people to take out loans because it's effectively cheaper than it was before to take out a loan. And what that does is it encourages spending. So in the current climate, when they are reducing interest rates, the reason they're doing that is to try and prop up the economy a little bit, prevent it kind of going as steeply downhill. So by encouraging loans, you're encouraging spending, and spending is what drives the economy really. So that's what they're doing, that's kind of why they're doing it. And then the flip side of that would be true if they were trying to increase interest rates a little bit. They're going to try and slow down spending, encourage perhaps people to put money in savings accounts and save. And yeah, that's kind of who controls interest rates. So the last bit of this, and this is really like the most important part that I want everyone to kind of take away from this video. So when interest rates are going down, which is the case right now, it means that any money you have in a bank account is shrinking faster than it otherwise would be. So what I mean by that is every year there is something called inflation. And I'm making another video about this. I'll pop the thumbnail somewhere on the screen. So every year there's inflation. It's kind of around 2 to 3%. And so if your money isn't growing by 2 to 3% every year, then it is shrinking. And if the interest rate is even lower than it was before, it means that your money is shrinking faster. So in a time like this, it's really important that you try and put your money to work and try and get your money to grow for you so that it doesn't shrink, or at least doesn't shrink as quickly. So I hope that made sense. If it was interesting, I'm going to be making more videos about what you can do with your money to make sure it grows and increases in value or even holds its value. So if you're interested to hear more about that, please consider pressing subscribe and hitting the notification bell, as all the YouTubers say. And leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. If there's anything that you'd want to see from me, please get in touch or leave me a comment, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.